All right, we got a couple of calls coming in about our topic tonight. Name a Kentucky villain and say something nice about a Kentucky villain. And I knew this would happen. I knew we would get a Coach Pitino call. So Steve wants to say something nice about Coach P. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I'm going to be nice about Pitino, really. I think the guy does not get enough credit for showing that you can take some Kentucky boys with big hearts and come within a quarter of a second of winning a national title.
So you're talking 92. You're talking about those guys in particular, right?
Yeah, I mean,
well,
there's very few coaches that can do that.
Yeah, and not well. Let me ask you this, Steve, because he didn't just do that in '92. I mean, you could say in '96 he had some Kentucky guys. In '97 he definitely had some Kentucky guys. I mean, and those are the guys. Those are the ones that I know particularly because those were the teams I was on. He did that a lot of taking at least some Kentucky talent. And so let me ask you. Let me put it back on your shoes, Steve. Would you like to see more of that with Coach Cal? And do you think Cal can do that, or do you think today it's just a indication of the level of talent in Kentucky high school?
I think Coach Cal needs to do it. I mean, 2012 we had Darius Miller. He was the glue of that team.
Yes, he was.
They would not have won that title without Miller.
I agree.
And Dominique Hawkins, man, how many clutch plays did he come up with all these young guys around him that put us in a position to get towards Final Fours and national title games?
Yep, I agree. Steve, that's good stuff. I appreciate the call. We're going to let you go. You know what? One thing I love is, and I say this all the time, look, I want at least one. I want a Jared Polson. I want a Dominique Hawkins. I want a Darius Miller. I want a Scott Padgett. I want a Cameron Mills. I want Jeff Shepard doesn't count, but Jeff Shepard practically was a Kentucky kid because he grew up coming to Kentucky. He was not going anywhere else. He just happened to be good enough to come here. The John Pelfreys, the Darren Feldhouse. I mean, those are guys that for the most part, and I can't think of an example of anyone who was not here 4 years. We don't happen to be the most talented. But yes, there's absolutely something that has to do because this got into a conversation. I think Kyle Tucker from formerly the Courier-Journal, and then I guess he was with SEC Country now. Kyle and a couple of other writers, and I love these guys. Okay, I really do. I like these guys, but I don't think their point was, and he was a point in an article or on Twitter, was that does it really matter? Does it matter to have a Kentucky kid to the kid? Is there anything that am I going to do as a Kentucky kid that, let's say, a Tyler Eulis would not do? Yes, there is, and I'll explain it. I'll explain it this way: when you are in the middle of a 3-hour-long practice, and your legs are jelly, and your back is spasming, and your head is just, peanut butter because you can't think clearly. Because the worst part about working to the point where your body says, I can't go any further, is the mental fatigue. And physical fatigue, eventually you will just collapse. You've seen it happen on marathon runners. Now, we never got to that point, but because we never got to that point, it's not that our bodies didn't tell us we were at that point. They did. Our body's trying to convince us we've got to stop. But our coach says, no way on earth are we stopping. And so you push through. And here's the thing. It's in those moments, depending on how hard you push through, because you're welcome to quit. You're welcome to just stop. You're welcome. You know what? You can find a way to dog it. Without the coach knowing you're dogging it, you can find a way to dog it. And I will tell you this because it happened to me multiple times. There were times when I dogged it. But the times when I didn't, here was my motivation. The name across my chest. Even my practice uniform. That's what made me go, okay, you know what? I can half-heart it here. I don't know if that's a word I can use or not. I can half-heart it here or I can't. But I can do it in a way where my coach Coach P and Coach Smith were good at finding the cheaters, okay? I can do it in a way in which I cannot be seen. I can do it in a way in which I can get away with it, even though he thinks I'm working on it. For example, we used to go run on the treadmill, and our strength and conditioning coach of all people would tell us, now look, when he left me in there, Coach P famously left me in on the treadmill for 45 minutes, okay? By 45 minutes on the treadmill, the strength and conditioning coach had come out, and he said, look, dude, I'm going to do this to you. So he lowered the speed down to like 4 miles an hour. That's walking pace, folks. 4 miles an hour is walking pace. And if Coach P had looked in the window and seen me walking on the treadmill, I'd have been in trouble. So Sean Brown told me, dude, just swing your arms really big and make it look like you're running. I could have dogged it many times. And when I didn't, it was because I knew I was playing for Kentucky, and this was everything I ever wanted. Now, I had moments where I quit. I had moments when I didn't work as hard as I have, and I've talked about that summer between my junior and senior year. But having those Kentucky kids matters because there is a level of heart you're going to see from them that it's not that Tyler Eulis and Alex Poitras and them don't have. It's that you're going to see it with these kids. Because those guys are worried about their future. I'm worried about my state. And that matters. What motivates you matters.